Yes, people, welcome back to another stream on the channel. This is your Game Week 27 preview. We're going to preview all the games this weekend, discuss about them. There's a couple of big games definitely to talk about. But yeah, obviously I'm not joined by myself. We'll add the guests. But first of all, make sure you do smash those likes. And you give a subscription if you're new. But yeah, let me start adding the guests. First of all, we got a co-host himself, Manny. How you doing, Manny?
Yeah, all good, Horace. Good to be here. Thank God it's Friday, as Katy Perry would memorably sing or say or whatever. And obviously, the FA Cup was a nice distraction from league football. Well done to Manchester United. Well done to Liverpool for going through. And of course, Arsenal. We once again proved that we cannot take these cups seriously, but at least we are technically in a title race, although this is one where I think we will still slightly come up short. I know one of our panelists might disagree with me, but it is what it is. Looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. So yeah, to you. Next guest, obviously, is the man himself, Ollie. How you doing, Ollie?
Yeah, big up. I'm good. Thanks for having me on. It's good to be back.
No worries, no worries. We also do have, he's making his debut today, and good to have him on. And there's Douglas. How you doing, Douglas?
Yeah, good, mate. Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to finally be on. I know I've been saying for a while that I've been wanting to sort of come on, and I think you've been messaging me back and forth asking me when I was going to come on. But no, it's a pleasure to be on, and thank you for having me.
No worries, man. No worries. But yeah, we've got lots of games. Obviously, we will do game by game how it's scheduled from my end, obviously, on the app. So yeah, there's no lunchtime kickoffs, so 3 p.m. games. And obviously, for me on the first one, we do have Brentford Chelsea.
Oh, no, Mr. B.
Yeah, no, Mr. B will be here soon. But Money, do you see Chelsea having an upset here, or Brentford? Obviously, Thomas Frank, they're not having the greatest run of form, but can Brentford get a result here? Because surely they have to get something.
Well, it's funny, really, because obviously in the return fixture earlier on, Brentford had the better of a Chelsea team that simply looked out of sorts, and they ended up winning 2-0 at the Bridge. But this Chelsea team, whisper it softly, have now become, shall we say, resurgent. I think it's fair to say that, Poch has got the team somehow being able to produce some pretty good football, although they are still obviously not quite able to really force the issue. And of course, as Doug will agree, they're still quite, a green team despite wearing blue, and their inexperience and naivety pretty much cost them at Wembley in that cup final. Well done to Captain VVD with that bullet header just before the end of the game. You can't think of anyone else, or seldom anyone else you'd want to score, but score from that position. But Chelsea should be able to take some confidence, really, from the fact that they've managed to, do well in the cups this season, and of course they did beat Leeds United. They're a team that's frustrating. They do still tend to blow quite hot and cold, but as an Arsenal fan, I don't think Ollie will agree with me, but they're going to come to the Emirates very soon, and we might actually have reason to be worried about them because, they led us 2-0 at the Bridge, and we somehow fought and, scrapped our way to a 2-2 draw. And this Chelsea team, once they start playing with the confidence with which we know they can play, they will effectively become a pretty tough team to beat. We should, in some ways, fancy our chances against them in the league, but it won't be easy. And they're up against the Brentford team. I think Mr. B will probably say this. They performed well against City, but had an unfortunate slip. And, of course, Doug's team literally put them to the sword at the G-Tech Stadium. So I don't see any reason necessarily why Chelsea can't do that, I'm afraid. And we've also seen in the game against West Ham that their defending, which normally would be rock solid, is letting them down. They can't depend on Ivan Toney for every single thing. So unless Brentford can really toughen up at the back, I do think that the likes of Gallagher and even Jackson and definitely Sterling, even Mudrak, if he gets to play as a substitute or a starter, can also weave some of his magic. And it looks as though Poch has managed to get something resembling the best out of Mudrak. in a way, so good for him. So I can go so far to predict a 3-1 Chelsea win. And I do believe that Petrovic will come back in goal because he has been superb, although it was Bob Sanchez who played against, I believe it was Leeds, yes, that he played
Leeds,
against.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so Petrovic back in goal and a strong team. And I just think, Chelsea will be a bit too much. So I'm going to go for, I might just sort of stick my neck out and go for a 3-1 win for the Blues.
3-1 win, fair enough. Ollie, over to you. Do you see Chelsea again a win at the Brentford Stadium?
Obviously, as Manny said, Brentford beat Chelsea last time when they were at Stamford Bridge 2-0. Brentford haven't been the best of forms. They lost to West Ham, lost to Man City, lost to Liverpool, and then before that they had a decent win against Wolves. But they'll be looking to get form back. Both teams coming to the Emirates soon. Brentford are. The Chelsea game, obviously, I think has been postponed because of the cup. I think. I think Mr. V, I like my prediction. I think Chelsea will score, but Brentford will be looking to, obviously Chelsea on the high after winning against Leeds. Obviously they lost in the final, and they're a decent run in the league. Obviously due to Man City beat Crystal Palace, so both teams are looking for a win. But I'm going to go with Chelsea fan there. I'm going to go with Brentford 2, Chelsea 1. I think Tony will score, maybe Mupe, or maybe either a Tony double or Mupe and Tony. And for Chelsea, probably Palmer or Jackson, maybe. But I think Mr. V will like my prediction. I'm gonna go for Brentford to bounce back after their poor form. Climb up the table after Everton have overtaken them with getting the points back. Hoping Everton have got. We'll talk about the game. Everton have got West Ham, so Brent Mystery will be hoping that West Ham get a result in that one. But yeah, I'm hoping Tony scores. And yeah, I think it'll be 2-1 Brentford. Hopefully, that'll be my result. I really hope Brentford can bounce back, and they're coming to the Emirates soon. After this, well, that's their fixture after this game at the Emirates. We beat them 1-0 at their place, so hopefully we should beat them at home if we can beat them at their place, because I think we've lost there before. But yeah, I'm going to go with Brentford 2, Chelsea 1.
Interesting. Douglas, do you agree with that, or do you think Chelsea will be too strong for Brentford?
Yeah, it's a tough one to call, this one. I think from memory, Chelsea haven't scored a goal against Brentford since they've been in the top flight, I believe. So if that's going to change, they have to obviously get a goal. Brentford have really surprised me this season, like how poorly they've been. But I think that we're going to always have a bit of a drop off, especially with Ivan Toney, being suspended and out of action until January. I think they've been found out. I think a lot of people have kind of seen that it's quite easy to play against Brentford now. Chelsea, very, very inconsistent. 1 week they will blow hot and cold. I mean, against Leeds they were all right. I wouldn't say they were great, but they got the job done. Obviously Gallagher getting the goal, unlike he did at Wembley. But I think both sides will cancel each other out. I'm going to go for a score draw on this one. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I can't separate Chelsea and Brentford. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Interesting. Stepsy, can you ask, by the way, big up to you?
Big up.
Big up, Stepsy.
It was fuzzy as hell. Everyone was speaking. It was like, oh no. I think I've worked it out.
Is it working now, yeah?
Yeah, I'm all right now. Yeah, I can hear perfect now. Everyone.
Yeah, that's fine. Big up to you, man. Go on, in the comments. Chelsea fans going to Brentford 2-1. Cameron said it's going to be 2-2. Sam is going with a 3-1 Chelsea. Obviously, Stepsy, we are talking about Brentford Chelsea 3
Yeah.
How do you see this game?
Yeah, Chelsea. I think they want to bounce back after their Carabao Cup. They got a good win at Leeds against Leeds FA Cup. So I think they may have just turned a corner. I expect us to get something out of Brentford, but I won't go for a win. I'll go for a Desmond 2-2.
2-2.
Oh, Mr. B won't be happy with you.
He'll be here soon.
It's no offense to him. It's what I feel.
We'll be here soon, but look, I think it's gonna be a tough one because I do believe Brentford did beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. So look,
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
if Brentford can get the goal first, then I think that's crucial.
Be interested if they do.
But something's telling me Chelsea might be a bit too strong for them. But I think Dom's mentioned that Chelsea haven't scored against them since.
They have scored against them in the Premier League.
Oh,
They have.
Oh, they
Yeah,
have.
they have. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
they have.
2017. No, 2021. Chilwell scored a 1-0 win against Brentford away.
Must be at the Bridge then. Must be at the. I don't think Chelsea scored against Brentford at the Bridge then.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's probably what you're thinking. Yeah.
I mean, the only stat that I can remember is that Liverpool haven't scored against us. But we're still waiting for Old Trafford, so I'm not going to say anything. Look, I've seen Douglas tweets today. Obviously, listen, BT they like to make stuff up like Manchester are the only team that Liverpool has scored against. That's like they're just trying to appease United fans. Which for me, look, we still got 2 games against Liverpool at Old Trafford, so let's see how that happens. But look, obviously Mr. B should be here any moment or so. But going to my score prediction, like I said, I think it's gonna be Brent. I want to go with 2-1 Brentford, but look,
Yes.
I do think Tony is key for this game. Like Brentford, they need to give him a serve. And look, they've been poor recently, but I think the fan base, I'm starting to see that they do have patience with Thomas Frank. Like I still rate Thomas Frank as a man. I don't know. Does anyone think that Thomas Frank is a bad manager here, or
No, I think right.
No, it's just. I mean, we went to Brentford. They were in a bit of a lull. They didn't know where they were going. He came in, sort of steadied the ship, started the Championship. First season he was there, looked at it, knew what he was doing, knew what he wanted to bring into place. There's a project there for him to do. He took them, and then took the Championship. Then pushed on the next season, got them up. And has done well in the Premiership. I just think he's might have gone a bit stale there now because he's run out of ideas. I think he's a good manager, but there's something that just ain't clicking there at the moment because he got a few results in the beginning of the season, and now it's just started to drift off a little bit. So where does he go from here?
I mean, I think I think they're 6th. Maybe someone can double check. I think they're 16th in the table.
Yeah, they're 16th. Yeah, level on points with Everton.
Look, I think Brentford, this game is crucial for them to get points. But let's see, obviously, because the Premier League, obviously, they've reduced points for Everton now. They made it 6 points.
Yeah.
Which might be a bonus for Everton, but not good for other teams. But look, we'll see. We'll come back to Brentford. Brent must be joined, but we'll move on to the next game. Everton host against West Ham. I mean, I think that's going to be. People may say it's boring, but I think West Ham they need to get something out of this game. Steps, I'm going to go with you first. Steps, Everton, West Ham.
Yeah, West Ham had a good victory against Brentford last time out. Everton will be buoyed by points back, but because now everyone's going to get 6 points instead of 10. So I'm also my eyes on Forest totally now. But let's say about that. We'll just have to power on like we are. I think Everton still poor. I don't think there's much going on at Goodison. Maybe away there's a little bit more because I don't think there's much pressure on them away. But at home, the pressure's starting to build, and there's no cohesion there with their play. I think West Ham should do well because I know there's a few Chelsea fans that want Moyes out, but he's been offered a new contract. I think he's going to stay there for a bit longer. They're still in Europe. I think everything's rosy at West Ham. I think a couple more wins and they'll pop up the table pretty comfortably. Everton still in dire straits. I still think they'll be in the mix. So I'm going to Everton 1, West Ham 2.
That's interesting. Douglas, your thoughts?
I think this is a game where probably both sides need to win. West Ham in terms of obviously Europe, and obviously Everton just trying to claw their way away from this relegation battle, because we obviously don't know if they're going to get another points deduction. But I think as well, the fact that they've had 4 points added back to their deduction, I think that's really positive for them. I thought West Ham were brilliant against Brentford the other night. Jared Bowen getting a hat trick, and Emerson with an absolute thunderbolt, which I don't think any goalkeeper will save. I think if this was at the West Ham, the London Stadium, then I'd probably say a West Ham win. But because it's a Goodison, and the fact that their deduction was downgraded to 6 points, I'm going to give Everton a 2-1 win.
Oh wow!
Interesting, yeah. Ollie?
I totally agree with Stepsy. 2-1 West Ham. My reasoning why I think Everton will score at home. They'll get the home advantage. Probably someone like Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Decoraz. I don't know, someone.
Lewin,
really? Well, he's their only really goal scoring.
Nowhere, did it?
He's their only really goal scoring player in their team. Their striker.
Decora's okay, but
yeah, Decora maybe.
But
I think West Ham would be too strong for Everton. The reverse fixture was when West Ham were at home, Everton sneaked a 1-0 win. But obviously, Everton at home now. I think Bowen will maybe get. I don't know if he'll get another hat trick. He'll get maybe a couple of goals. Kudus might get a goal. Maybe a Ward-Prowse score. I don't know. But I'm going to go. I was thinking 3-1, but I thought I've looked back at the previous fixtures and there hasn't really been many goals between them. There's been 1-0s, 2-0s. There was a 4-1 Everton in the cup, but that was in the cup. There was 3-1 in 2018 to West Ham, 4-0 to Everton. So there's been, in quite a while ago, there was high scoring, but quite recently there's been low scoring. So I think West Ham will win this game. Obviously, Everton will want to win the game to kind of higher the table, try and catch up with Bournemouth and Crystal Palace and teams like that. They're both on 28 points. They want to try and overtake them, see if they can lose. And then, but in terms of Mr. B, if he does talk about this game, he'll probably want West Ham to win this game, because if Brentford were to beat Chelsea and Everton were to lose, they'll go overtake Everton again, which he'll probably like. They'll go back up to 15th. But I think West Ham win this game, whether it's home or away. If it's home, then definitely a win. But since it's away, I think they'll still win. So I agree with Steps. I'm going to go with where Everton 1, West Ham 2, and I do predict 2-1 a lot. So I've already predicted 2-1s already. I've already predicted 2-1s already in the first 2 games. So hopefully I don't predict loads of 2-1s. But yeah, I'm gonna go maybe Decoray to score for Everton, then maybe Bowen to get a double, maybe. Yeah, so I think 2-1 West Ham.
Enough money.
Yeah, I'm going to sort of stick my neck out and go for a draw, and I'll make it 1-1. I was thinking about doing a Desmond, but then, as Ollie said, these fixtures are not really known for producing too many goals. With Everton, obviously, a lot is expected of Calvert-Lewin, but he hasn't truly been able to deliver. They will find a goal somewhere. And Everton are obviously going to try to put their focus on being able to, shut West Ham out. It's not going to be easy, because with Paquetá back, we saw how well they played against Brentford with, Bowen running the show. Paquetá is just that glue which really holds everything together. I think, I don't know if Dougie will agree with me on this, but you could perhaps compare him maybe to someone like a Bobby Firmino back in the day, or I don't know if you could. But, West Ham are going to be a difficult opposition. But, of course, with the home advantage, or so to speak, I think people are playing a little bit too much into that, really, because Everton have had their share of home losses this season. they've lost to the likes of Aston Villa, Arsenal, and several other teams this season. I think maybe in some respects their defensiveness has been found out. But yeah, and I do see that. I do remember, of course, Luton beating Everton at Goodison, so well done for that.
Twice, FA Cup as well.
Yeah, but I would probably go so far to say that maybe this time around, now that, as Doug has mentioned, the suspension has been sort of reduced and they've got some points back, maybe they feel as though it might give them a little bit of, it might put some wind in their sails, maybe. This could very well be a game where Everton put in a classic defensive performance and limits West Ham to 1 goal. And of course, let's not forget Everton do have England's number 1, Jordan Pickford, in their team. This will probably. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, but I wouldn't be surprised if more goals were scored. But I just think that this might be a game where West Ham will struggle to recreate their goal-scoring exploits of a few days ago.
Fair enough. Interesting points from everyone here. Everton West Ham. Look, I think someone said West Ham tend to crumble, but I think that win against Brentford is huge for them to, find some consistency. So, look, I know, I'm sure everyone has seen it, but obviously West Ham fans protesting against David Moyes, I think before Brentford's game with the posters of Moyes out. For me, I think that's outrage for me. What he's done with West Ham is, listen, probably their best manager since who knows, but listen, he's won you guys a European trophy. Like, come on. I know this season he's been a bit on and off with regard tactics and him playing boring as a centre forward, but I still think he's done an incredible job at West Ham. But Everton West Ham, I will go with a 2-1 West Ham win. If West Ham managed to get the win at Goodison Park, another huge win for them. But like I said, playing at Goodison is going to be a bit tough because when their fans are up for it, then yeah, it could cause some problems. But look, Sean Dyche this season, obviously with that points deduction, it hasn't been great for them. But I still think he's done a good, not a brilliant job, but he's done okay for me. Around with Everton, so yeah. But I think West Ham will win this 2-1. So yeah.
I remember the other side of the coin, always though, when things ain't going for Everton, their fans do tend to be very quiet and very like don't make a lot of noise. My mate went there for the 2-1 Luton win. He said when Luton went 2-1 up, 2-0 up, there was nothing. When they 2-1, there's still nothing. There's no optimism, no nothing there. They go really, 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 really silent when things aren't going their way. So, like you said, if West Ham get a 30 goal, I can see them being very quiet again.
Yeah, exactly. So, look, let's just see how it pans out for this game.
Yeah, definitely.
But we'll see because both teams really have to win. So, yeah, we'll see.
Different reasons.
Exactly. Next one, we do see Fulham hosting against Brighton. That is going to be a very good match. Brighton, for me, on and off really, because I know they lost 4-0 to Luton, but look, I think Brighton on and off for me. Man. The Zerbi, I've seen a lot of United fans wanting the Zerbi. I'd keep him far away as possible from that United job. By the way, tactician, man. He's all right, but I think he just concedes way too many goals for me, man. I know maybe you can blame the defense, but for me, you can be a great tactician, right? But then it's about how your organization is with your defense, from defense, midfield. So the Zerbi, far as way possible. Hopefully Liverpool, please get the Zerbi. But talking about Liverpool, Douglas, I'll start off with you first. Fulham versus Brighton. How do you see this game happening?
Yeah, I think it's a tale of two halves for Brighton. Away form, very, very poor. Very, very. They seem to lose quite a lot of goals away from home as well. Whereas at home, they're pretty good. Fulham, fantastic win at Old Trafford last week. I think I don't think anyone can fault Fulham of their victory at Old Trafford. I think they were very, very good last week, and I think they're sort of starting to getting into a bit of momentum. And I think with strikers like Muniz and obviously got Willian, you've got Deckardova Reed. They've got a really, really good side, Fulham. And as well, I know that Paulinho, I think, has got 10 bookings. I think he might be missing this game, which is a bit of a blow. But I think because Brighton have a game in midweek in the Europa League, I think they'll probably be focusing on that. So I'm going to give Fulham the victory here, and I'm going to go 3-1 Fulham.
3-1 Fulham. Okay, nice one. Wouldn't that surprise me because Brighton did concede a lot, but 3-1 Fulham would be a good result. Obviously, after coming back to Old Trafford to beat them, which Manny, remember I said last week, I did say Fulham was going to win at Old Trafford. And he was like, "Are you taking the mix or no, Manny?"
Yeah, yes, I did say that. I mean, because listen, this is of course the same Fulham team that actually contrived to have 4 points taken away from them by Burnley of all teams. I know that you have had your share of home reverses, but surely I was thinking that the days of that 3-0 horror show against Bournemouth were long gone. Clearly, I was wrong, and of course, it was a former gunner, Alex Iwobi, who scored the winner. Woohoo! And yeah, the only problem is that particular win over Old Trafford was basically it was sort of preceded by a run of games where Fulham just looked I wouldn't say out of sorts, but just weren't quite able to get it together. And I think that maybe there's something about Old Trafford that brings out the best in maybe a few opposing teams. Maybe it's the spectacle of the theatre of dreams, so to speak, although you have had more nightmares than dreams in recent times, it must be said. And Brighton, obviously, I think they had a reverse against Wolves in the FA Cup, and I think Doug has said it perfectly. They might be focusing on the Europa League this particular season, although I certainly don't see them winning it. Not with Dougie's lot favourites to go all the way, although there will be some stiff opposition. But again, you talk about two teams over here that blow really hot and cold. Doug was talking about how Brighton are a Jekyll and Hyde team, but Fulham are obviously no better, and they seem to be the sort of team that will be a little bit average for the most part, and then somehow come up with a terrific performance. And of course, as an Arsenal fan, I shouldn't really throw stones because they took 4 points off us. But as far as this game is concerned, I'm going to stick my neck out and say it's going to be a Desmond 2-2 because you really can't predict with these two teams who might come on top at the Cottage. I know Fulham will have home advantage technically, but Brighton are nothing if not a team that can't do well. And obviously, with several players coming back into contention after injury, they will obviously have some roles to play. I think De Zerbi in a way has been found out. I really don't like his antics of rotating goalkeepers between Luke Steele and Bart Verbruggen. But, somehow Brighton get their share of results, as do Fulham. I really can't see either of these teams winning. I think both of them will just cancel each other out. And unlike in the Everton-West Ham game, there will be goals. Desmond,
fair enough. Ollie, how do you see this game going?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to predict this game. As Manny said, you can't really pick what team's going to win. Obviously, Fulham at home. They beat Man United recently. Obviously, lost to Aston Villa before that, and then beat Bournemouth and 2 draws in a row. They lost in the cup, so they're out of the cup. So they're kind of focusing on the league now, probably like maintaining that, trying to get mid-table, top 10 maybe. They're currently 12th for the moment, so they're probably top 10 is their aim. They're focused in the league, so out of the cup. So for me, I think Fulham probably want to win this game more. In terms of Brighton, if they win, they won't overtake Man United. They'll stay 7th. But for me, it's hard to predict. I want to predict a Brighton win, but at the same time, Fulham win. So I'm going to agree with Manny, and I'm going to do my first Desmond. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I think Iwobi will bag a goal again, former gunner. And then maybe go for a double gunner scoring on the Danny Welbeck maybe getting goal for Brighton, or maybe someone like, I think Matoma's injured, maybe Pascal Gray for my fantasy team. Yes, so I'm going to go with the 1-1 draw. I can't really decide who's going to win. I was going to do a Brighton win, but no, I'm going to go with Fulham 1, Brighton 1. Maybe my only Desmond. You have to wait and see, but yeah, Desmond 1-1 draw for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to be clear, Ollie, a Desmond is only for a 2-2 after Desmond 2-2. Yes.
Oh,
No
why is
Desmond
it
1-1.
why is it Desmond a 2-2?
Because Desmond 2-2.
Yeah.
Oh, Desmond 2-2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Steps.
Oh, right. Okay, draw. I'll go 2-2 then if it's 2. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I concur with Manny and Ollie. It is hard to separate these two teams. On their day, Brighton can pull out a victory, and on their day, Fulham can pull out a victory. It's a hard one because Fulham tend to do okay at home, but then when they come up against gritty teams, they tend to lose their way a little bit. Brighton, on the other hand, can grind out with victory, and they do have some good players that can spread the ball around. But like everyone said, they're very inconsistent. So I can't separate them either. But I'm not going to play the two, so I'm going to play a score draw of 1-1.
1-0, fair enough. You know what? Yeah, I don't even rate Brighton, so I'm going to go with 2-0 for them. I think it'll be nice. 2 goals, clean sheet for Mark Silva, and yeah, for me, I think it's going to be a comfortable win for Fulham. But listen, it might come back to me and Brighton turn up and up Fulham. But look, by outplaying, I had to witness Jamie Carragher expose Man United against Fulham. So yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
that. But yeah, all predictions are locked in. Next one, we do have Newcastle versus Wolves. I mean, very, very huge game for both teams. Let me go with Ollie first. Newcastle Wolves.
Yeah, Newcastle Wolves. So on paper, this should be a Newcastle win. They're at home, the better team. Obviously, they're lower down on the table, only by 1 point though. Newcastle were 10th with 37 points, and Wolves are just 1 point ahead, 38 points, 9th. So kind of both teams are fighting. I don't think they're fighting for Europe. Newcastle have fallen down a bit. They're in the top 4 for a while and looked like they were fighting for the top 4, but it doesn't look like that anymore. They've gone down to 10th. Wolves, on the other hand, they'll probably fight to be in the top 10, maybe, as high as they can go. I reckon they'll finish at least high as 6th or 7th, maybe. But I think Newcastle should win this game. They need to start winning games to climb up the table. They've obviously got a few injuries. Wilson, Target, Pope, their goalkeeper's still injured. Joel Linton's injured, and Botman's doubtful as well. And Tonali's suspended. Wolves, Huang's injured, and Kuna, so they got 2 big injuries. But they've got Pedro Neto. Obviously, the fixture when Wolves played this at Newcastle Stadium, when it was the Wolves Stadium, it was a 2-2 draw. I don't think that'll happen again. I think this will be an easy Newcastle win. I think Wolves will score maybe the only player I see us scoring in that team is probably Pedro Neto. So I'll go with a 3-1 Newcastle. I think Isaac will definitely get a goal. Maybe Gordon, maybe Almiron. Longstaff, maybe he's been all right. Got a few goals before. Yeah, I think Newcastle win this game 3-1 Newcastle.
3-1 Newcastle. That's interesting. Stepsy, over to you.
Yeah, I think Newcastle need to pick up some more points now.
Mr. B, what's that in the background, mate?
That's who Chelsea lost to the other day.
No, they didn't. No, it isn't.
Liverpool kids, look.
That's not Liverpool.
Stepsy, you continue now. I'll get to Mr. B after.
Klopp's kids. Do it again.
They've had their cow pole. Like I said, Newcastle need to pick up some results now. They're at home, which is always a fortress. They don't concede many. That Luton 4 was just a freak result. I see. I agree with Ollie. I see Wolves scoring, but I just think St James Park is a cauldron, and I think Newcastle should win this. I agree with Ollie. I think that will score for Wolves. I'm going to go Ramirez and Isaac for Newcastle. So 2-1.
2-1.
Fair enough. But Mr. B, you have missed a lot, my friend. But I'm going to go back.
Sorry, bro.
Your team do host Chelsea. Give a little thoughts.
Ooh.
Obviously,
Brentford.
I'm hoping we're not this again against Chelsea.
He said that way he said that way he was.
Not us. R.I.P.
yeah.
But not going to be easy. I've done a preview with Joe earlier on my channel. That's obviously a Chelsea fan. So I said we could do it. I'm not confident at all, and I'm certainly not confident at all at the moment. I'm saying 2-1 the Bees, but I can't.
Mr. B, you'll be happy that me and Arrest said 2-1 the Bees as well. You'll be happy that we said that.
Yeah. But wait, Mr. B, we was also right. We also said that we like him as a manager, but yeah, he has been hit and miss. Look, I get that with injuries, I get it, but I still think Thomas Frank. No, I do think he needs more additions. I'm not making excuses, but I do think he needs a couple more signings. Hopefully, you can recoup some of that money from Everton this summer, and then get some additions. But yeah, obviously you're going to back Brentford 2-1. Give you a quick score prediction for Everton West Ham.
I don't know really. West Ham must be happy, confident after beating us. We didn't turn up, so I'm going to say 2-0 West Ham.
2-0 West Ham, and Fulham vs Brighton.
Oh, well, Fulham the conquerors of United. Sorry, Oris. Oh dear, yeah. Oh, did I say the conquerors of United? Oh yeah, sorry. Anyway, I think I actually think they could do it again for them. You know what you're going to get with Brighton. So I'm going to say 2-1 Fulham.
2-1 Fulham. Okay, fair enough. Now you're on the same page with us. Ollie and Steps have both said Newcastle to win. Fair enough. Manny, over to you now. Newcastle versus Wolves.
Interesting, really. A battle of the former Bournemouth managers, Eddie Howe and Gary O'Neill. And both teams also securing important wins in the FA Cup to qualify for the quarterfinals. So they do have an outside chance of earning European football. Credit to O'Neill, who actually has come into Wolves after his unceremonious sacking by Bournemouth and turned things around magnificently. And, he finds them doing reasonably well in the top half of the table and also in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Eddie Howe, it's a case of a huge fall, but injuries have not helped them. However, when you consider that they had to struggle to beat a Blackburn team that are very close to relegation from the Championship, mind you, and, Martin Dubravka ended up being man of the match for his saves in normal and extra time and in the penalty shootout, you've got to say it's a case of how that team has fallen. The absence of Joe Linton from that midfield really means that they don't have a midfield enforcer / protector who can really protect that defense. And several of their defenders have literally been found out. I think Sven Botman has hit rock bottom. Jamal Lascelles, I was praising him to the skies earlier on in the season when he filled in for Botman. But against Blackburn, he, pretty much, blackened his own copybook, it must be said. And Byrne ended up getting burnt. I don't know what Paul Dummett has done wrong to not even be in contention. And even Kieran Trippier has also tripped himself up on many occasions. So when you have a situation where the defense is so, weak and there's no midfield protection, Newcastle are a team that will be got at. And so given that they struggled to beat Blackburn in the FA Cup, how they're going to compete against a Wolves team that has Pedro Neto, among others, in their team, I really don't know. In fact, there is actually a part of me that really thinks that this could be a draw, but I'm actually going to stick my neck out and go for a Wolves win. And I'm going to say 2-1 because,
what?
Yeah, the Wolves to, slaughter, maul the Magpies, really, because, Wolves are just a lot tighter in midfield, and even without Chan Huang, I think they should be able to get more than a few goals. It will be interesting to see if Matt Doherty gets a start at St James's Park. I thought he did quite well in the FA Cup when he came on, and certainly Wolves as wide players will try to attack Trippier and whoever is at left back, whether it's Livramento or Dan Burn or anyone else. And the less said about their central defence, the better. Once again, it could very well be, and it's sad for me personally because I think Joe Willock has been really good coming back, and that goal at the Emirates Stadium, his former stomping ground, was a real was something that really made me happy. In addition to the 4 goals we scored, and again, Dubravka is proving that he's a magnificent shot stopper, but. Again, it's going to be a case of more shots being peppered at him, more saves from him, and yet a few goals conceded. I really cannot see Newcastle doing too well here in this particular game, and I'm going by form here. Wolves just look a lot more solid, so 2-1 to the Wolves for me.
And on that, do you think a few of them, like Trippier and that, are looking elsewhere at the moment? Because there's been a few talks about them wanting moves and that. Do you think that could be playing on their mind as well?
It could be, Sepsi, but there's also a consideration that if Newcastle aren't able to emulate their highs of last season and qualify for Europe any which way, some players could very well be on the move. I think as well as Martin Dubravka has been playing this season, it is clear that Eddie Pope is at least a level above him in terms of being a sweeper. Yes. Nick Pope, I should say. Nick Pope. I got confused.
Clip that.
Do not even think of clipping it. It's an honest mistake. My brain's fried. Yeah, but clearly, Nick Pope has proved himself to be a level above. Although some people have been very angry at his needless
clips.
Don't get.
You're going
to hear from me. You're going to hear from me. I don't need a lawyer. I can represent and speak for myself. Thank you very much. But as I said, now listen, this is it. All right, time out, everyone. Now back to Stepsy's question. Some players could very well be on the move. They may want game time elsewhere. It could very well be that some players will be moved on because Newcastle are going to want to, level up a little bit. Will we see the last of Eddie Howe as well? That will remain to be seen. Dubravka could definitely be on the move. If Ramsdale leaves, I certainly wouldn't mind having him as a backup for David Raya, although maybe, he might not. I mean, he certainly would be an excellent shot stopper and distribute the ball very well. He'd be the type of goalkeeper that Arteta wants. The only problem is, what Arteta wants is not good for Arsenal, and I don't think Dubravka's the best at dominating his box, so that's another story. But
Martinez back, man. How about that?
Yeah,
we can offer Aston Villa a blank check, and they're not going to sell him. And if they get Champions League football, which is looking likely, then there's no way that Martinez would want to leave. He wants to be a big part of that adventure. And don't forget, they've got the Conference League to try and win. But 2-1 to the Wolves. I think several players will be playing their last season. Dubravka will definitely be on the move, as will the likes of Longstaff and others. And I think Wolves are continuing to show how solid they are under Gary O'Neill. And the Wolves to slaughter the Magpies.
Yeah, I agree. I think the FFP plays into Newcastle where they need to lose a few players to get a few players in. So, and because they're on the borderline of the FFP, they need to be a little bit careful. But...
Yeah,
exactly. Well said.
Yeah.
Did we get Dougie, by the way?
Yeah,
you're just going there.
Yeah, I think a couple of weeks ago you would have said this is a banker home win, but recently Newcastle they're in free fall. I think they're in absolute free fall. Couple of games where you look at them and think, well, they lost against Arsenal by 4-1. They drew 4-4 with Luton. I think they had a 2-2 with Bournemouth the other day as well. Their home form is very, very patchy at this moment in time. And I actually have to agree with what Manny said. I think if you look at Wolves, I think they're the team that are in form at the moment. And as well, this game is actually the most drawn fixture in the Premier League for a number of years. I think there was about 5 or 6 draws in a row, and it kept finishing 1-1. But I've got to say, I do fancy a Wolves win here. and I think it puts the pressure on massively on Eddie Howe as well. I honestly think that he could be potentially the next one to maybe lose his job. The way it's going, I think Newcastle were very lucky against Blackburn. I was saying they were very, very fortunate against Blackburn
Yeah.
to go through there. So yeah, I'm going to go the same as Manny. I'm going to go for a 2-1 to Wolves.
I'm glad you agree with me, Dougie, but I think Howe will stay till the end of the season because, you know, at least out of respect for the job he did the season before, they're not going to just sack him before season's end.
Yeah,
but saying that, man, I mean, he did set the bar rather high. So when Newcastle got that Champions League, but going into this season, they thought, oh, we should push for it again, and it hasn't gone quite according to plan. So there are a few people at Newcastle that turn their heads at Eddie Howe now. I mean, yeah, right, it was stay to the end of the season, there's no doubt about it, but they might look elsewhere in the summer because they aren't in the heights. I mean, maybe they went a bit too quick going to the Champions League, but now they've got there, they'll want it all the time now, and people will want to keep that. So Eddie Howe may be out of a job come summer.
Yeah, not necessarily keeping that per se, but I think they're gonna, as you and I have said, Stepsy, they'll, you know, recycle the team, get some newer players in, and really, you know, level up a little bit in terms of the playing squad. So some players will be on their way out.
If they didn't get Europe, though, will players want to join Newcastle?
You never know because, look, as long as you've got some wealthy owners, I'm sure they will be able to get some players. And of course, Newcastle are, you know, a classic club with a great deal of history. You don't just turn your nose at them and say, you know, sorry, I'm not interested. You'd be surprised. I mean, given how Arsenal have failed to sign several really talented players, and some of them have gone to clubs we'd never expect them to go, you know, don't be surprised if Newcastle get a few new signings. But I think, you know, if everyone's given their prediction, I think, Orest, you're the only one who's left.
No, it's Mr. B. Yeah, Mr. B. Mr.
Sorry
B,
about that.
The prediction.
So you're down in the corner. We're forgetting about you a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm late again, I know. It's all right.
Yeah, it's late. Lateness is
He
great.
turned up when he was. He turned up when he
Turns up when he
was.
wants.
He turned up when he
Turns up
wants.
when he wants.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah. But yeah. But anyway, what happens with these teams that don't seem to turn up against Arsenal? They're something dodgy here. They always seem to not play when they come up against Arsenal.
We still got to go there, Mr. B, so don't say that. Shush.
I had Newcastle to win that, I think, last week, didn't I? Okay. What did I have? 2-1, 3-1?
What? How
But,
dare you?
But yeah, I mean, I think that's the only way you're winning, isn't it, Arsenal? Because these teams don't. You done a bung with them or something. You don't say it with them or what? So, anyway.
It's the wife swapping that does it. It's the wife swapping.
Yeah.
It's the wife swapping. It works.
Yeah, but also Bart Simpson have been shy doing wife swapping. Yeah.
Mr. B.
It works.
Yeah. Mr. Score prediction for the game?
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm going to go against that. I'm going to say Newcastle are going to win.
Yes.
And I'm going to go 2-0 Newcastle.
Wow.
2-0 Newcastle. I'm going to go against you. I'm going to say 2-1 Wolves.
Oh my God. Why Wolves?
Well, Wolves, I mean, they're the same team that went to Chelsea and won there. So look, Wolves are good. I'm starting to rate Wolves now.
Beating Chelsea isn't a good thing.
To be fair,
no, but I'm talking about going to Stamford Bridge in general. Like, if that's their first win is like 19, I think 72 or something like that.
Exactly. And Ollie, remember, it's not for everyone.
Yeah. But my prediction, 2-1 Wolves. Next game, we do have Nottingham Forest.
Douglas.
Dougie, yours.
Dougie.
Dougie, yours.
Game.
Yeah, look, this is a very tricky game. I do have to say that, you know, one of the games that we actually had early in the season was Brentford away, and a lot of people were saying then that we hadn't beaten Brentford since they came up to the Premier League, and obviously we spanked them 4-1. This is the same as well.
Like, his camera off.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. B.
Let's boot him out.
I do think I do think that this is a really, really tough game for us. I don't think Forest are the Forest of last season. I don't think they're anywhere near the really, really tough to beat at the Forest, the City ground. And I just think we're in very, very good momentum. And I think the way that we've been playing recently, big players have stepped up. The fringe players have really stepped up this season. So I actually think we can go to Forest. I think we can go there and win, get an early goal. I think maybe the floodgates open, but Forest still a very, very tricky side to play against. But yeah, I'm confident. I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool.
Okay, 3-1 Liverpool. Confident Liverpool fan. Manny?
I'm agreeing with Doug. I think Forest are a team that's definitely maybe not necessarily in free fall, but they are struggling to pick up wins and points. And of course, Forest, you will know that United beat them at the City Ground. Casemiro showing that there is still life in the old bloke with an 89th minute winner of all people. And look, they're certainly, as Doug has said, nowhere near the team of last season when they were a tough nut to crack at the City Ground. And I think, the way things are going, they will sink further down. I do not think that they will quite get relegated, although if they do receive a points deduction, then that will make that an alarming possibility. And Liverpool, as Doug has said, the main players have stepped up magnificently, even without some of the injured players. They're looking good, and the kids are definitely more than all right. And I know that Queeman Kelleher, the Corkman, is not necessarily is nowhere near an Allison's league, but he is improving as a goalkeeper. If he continues to get some regular football and cut out his mistakes, he will develop into a fine goalkeeper. Now, will he be Liverpool's first choice next season? No, because that spot is reserved for Allison. And his future might be up in the air because with a certain Charles Joseph John Hart retiring at the end of the season, he could very well be in the running to move all the way to Celtic to play for them. And that wouldn't be a bad option at all. Some good experience, having won 2 League Cups with Liverpool as he's been promoted over Adrian as Allison's backup, so he could enjoy himself at Celtic immensely. And this Nottingham Forest team, I can't see any real player who would really stand out. And it will be interesting to see how Neco Williams and Divock Origi do. But I just think, they've obviously seen better days, and those better days were with the Anfield team. And this should be a win for Liverpool, which will really outline their seriousness in going all out to win the title. I'm not going to necessarily say that it will be 3-1 because I think Forest are going to be that team that will be very niggly, sort of, irritating defensively in that respect. But Liverpool should have enough quality to get a win. It'll be a scoreline that's tighter than the game actually is. 2-1 to Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool, fair enough. Ollie?
I'm going to agree with Douglas. I think Liverpool are going to win 3-1. Obviously, Forest are at home, so I back them to get a goal. But I think Liverpool are too good for Forest. Liverpool obviously still recently won the Carabao Cup, still in the FA Cup, still in the Europa League, which they're probably favourites for. So that's 2 cups, and then FA Cup maybe, Premier League maybe. So they're on course. They're on course to the quadruple this year. It's still possible, but I hope they don't do it, but they might. I don't know. It's still possible. Yeah, I think Forest. Obviously, they dropped Matt Turner, so they got Matt Sells playing. Matt Turner did play in the cup, but they lost to Man United. He had a good game. He got 6 saves, but they lost only 1-0. So he didn't really do too poorly. But with Manny saying, not too many star players in the Forest team, you've got the likes, obviously, and Naui, who's a decent striker, likes to score against Arsenal. You got Alanga, former Man United player who's a really good winger. You got Hudson-Odoi, former Chelsea player. You got Morgan Gibbs-White. So you got a couple of decent players there, and you got a couple of fringe players, a couple of not so good like Felipe, Danilo, Toffolo. Not the best defense. So
as well. Dominguez, isn't it?
Dominguez. Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, he's a CDM, I think. He's from Argentina. Yeah, I think Liverpool will score a few goals. If I think Salah isn't fit, so he won't be playing. So I do back hopefully Diaz to get a goal because he's in my fantasy team, and Virgil van Dijk, and I would prefer a clean sheet for. Well, I don't have Van Dijk anymore. I think I got rid of my Liverpool players. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 3-1 Forest win. No, 3-1 Liverpool win. Goals. No. 3-1 Liverpool. 3-1 Liverpool. 3-1 Liverpool. 3-1 Liverpool. Gakpo, Diaz, and maybe Elliot. No clip. And then now he will score for Forest. But yeah, I agree with Douglas. 3-1 Liverpool.
Liverpool. Stepsy.
Yeah, Forest are clinging on to a place just above us. They're not lighting any trees. Yeah, like last season, Newcastle, like last season, Forest home form was their saviour. It hasn't been that way this season. I heard Liverpool got a new batch of cowpole coming in, so that should help them. It's flying off the shelves. It's flying off the shelves in Liverpool some way. I mean, you can't get it for love or money for the kids, for the ones in the estate at the moment. So I think it's all at Anfield. I don't think Forest will score. If Liverpool get an early goal, the floodgates will open. Their defence is okay. I mean, they've got their defence there. They've got Kanate, Van Dijk. I think the stand-up player for Liverpool this season, and I think that will be me, is Bradley's been brilliant this season for Liverpool. He's been a stand-up player. He's just come through the youth and has now done that position. I think now they found a position for him. I think when Arnold comes back, I think he'll be pushed into right midfield now because I think Bradley's now done that right position. He ain't put foot wrong that I've seen. I just think an early goal will come, and I've got to get to everyone. I've got Nottingham Forest now, Liverpool 4.
That would be a statement when
I just think that Liverpool got they're a bit between their teeth now. They've won the League Cup. They're going all out for Klopp. Nottingham Forest are clean for life. I just think Liverpool got too much.
I think as well you'll be looking up at
the Cowboys going to be wonders for them.
I think as well you'll be looking up at Forest, thinking, if they do get their points deduction, which I think they are going to get. I think there's been a few sort of wee leaks that it does look like they are going to get a points deduction. Just depends when that will be. But I honestly think that Forest are one of those sides where it looks like they could potentially maybe go. The way that they've been playing and. Results wise, they've not been great. So, I think that the one thing for me, if I was a Luton fan, look at Forest because I think they're your next target for sure. Because I think now with Palace having Glasner in charge, I think they will start to move away. But with Forest, looks like they could be in a bit of trouble.
I think the problem with Forest is that when Everton got deducted 6 points, I think if Forest get a point, actually it'll be 6, and there'll be nothing to appeal because they'll go, well, okay. They'll go, well, okay. We give Everton 10. We can't give Forest the same because they'll appeal that, and that'll throw everything up in the air again. I think when they thoroughly investigate them, which they reckon a couple of weeks time, they reckon by the end of March, April time, that they'll have a decision. I think if it's 6, there'll be no appeal because it'll be 6 straight down the barrel. That's it, done. No appeal necessary because 6 points is what Everton got. We won't put any jeopardy into that. We'll just give them exactly the same, which will help us. But despite that, I don't think Santos is the right man for Forest. I don't think he's up for the relegation dogfight. I think this is a bridge too far for him. And that's why I think Liverpool just turn him over.
He started quite well there, though, didn't he?
He did start quite well, but it's the it's the same for everything, mate. Mr. B. It's the new manager bounce, and then it just goes a bit sour.
Yeah. No worries, Mr. B. Your score prediction for us, Liverpool?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Infants FC are going to get another win here. So, they're 5-year-olds playing. But yeah,
Yeah, they were under
But
5.
what I'll tell you what the Cowboys there, mate, because you can't get it for love of money anywhere.
Hashtag there for Jürgen. There for Jürgen. Get
they'll
that.
have their half-time Farley's Rusk, and then he come out and get.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the Farley's Rusk. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm going with Doug. And is it Ollie said 3-1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said 3-1. Me and Douglas said 3-1. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with that and all. 3-1. Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Elanga. Can you turn up? Morgan Gibbs White.
But the problem, right? I mean, Gibbs White for me, and I'll just also because I've seen it before a few times. Gibbs White is one of these people that when he wants to play, he'll play, but when he don't, he goes MIA. He's one of them players that has to be involved.
MIA. What's it? MIA?
Missing in action.
Missing in action.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
right.
one of them people. He's one of them people that if he gets involved, he's involved. But if he don't get, there's no service there or nothing for him, he'll just go. Well, I'll just sit here and.
Well, then when you take, would anyone take? Yeah. One question: would anyone take Morgan Gibbs White in their team?
No.
I don't know. Maybe we would.
Not. Yeah, Brentford will take him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brentford want everyone.
Brentford will take him on a free. Take him on a
Brentford
free.
want everyone. Brentford want everyone. They want even Kaminsky. They want everyone.
Barkley, we'll settle for him.
You won't have him. You won't have him. Man United want him.
You're not having Barkley, mate.
Man United want him.
One thing I can say that I'll definitely prefer Gibbs White to that Ford McTominay.
Take David Raback.
Let me stop running
Yeah,
to
right, I don't mind.
United. Yeah, we're only a couple away from United. And I will do my score prediction very soon. And some of you, Forest Liverpool, I'm going to go. My actual score prediction, I think it will be 2-0 Liverpool. Nice, clean sheet for club side. I mean, look, first of all, I have to pick up Klopp because these youngsters, it's like a special bond, like with the club, with him and the fans. So look, it's just great to see that. Obviously, he's trusting the academies, man. Like, that's one thing. Obviously, I hate to say it, but look, Klopp, for me, I've always said that he's up there. I know there's been others. There's been Real fans saying, "Oh, he hasn't done enough for Liverpool," but obviously, when you look at the time, his period at the club, I think he's done phenomenal, really. So, look, I just hope that we just knock him out in the FA Cup this season. That'd be nice.
One thing about Liverpool. I'll put us in there. Luton, West Ham, Liverpool, even Brentford in there. Maybe Arsenal in there a little bit.
No.
They look and always look at the youngsters in their field.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Curtis Jones was the first one to move up for Liverpool. Bradley's this one for this season.
Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, Harvey Elliott as well. They've all moved up from starting off for Liverpool. The academy is where Liverpool produce some gems. Luton do the same. We've had some players in there that have moved on to pastures new and stuff. Brentford have had some players that have made the mark. Arsenal tend to buy young players. I mean,
yeah,
they Arsenal are a little bit different. They buy players that are like 10, 11, and then produce them. Jack Wilshere was a Luton player until.
It was not funny.
He was.
Wait, what?
He was.
Really?
Jack Wilshere was a Luton player.
Oh.
Yeah, to the age of 12,
Oh,
he was a
right.
Luton player.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, and Arsenal bought him, nurtured him, and it produced good. So the academy, all these clubs, Arsenal, Luton, West Ham, Liverpool, and all that, Brentford, they all produce players, and the smaller clubs produce a profit from them. Liverpool and Arsenal don't. They nurture them and then put them in the first team. It works.
Yeah, I'm going to say that Arsenal so far have been lagging behind Liverpool when it comes to doing that. But, obviously clubs will have their reasons for not wanting to do it. And I think in Liverpool's case, it's the injuries that are dictating it. But credit to the kids, they're doing well. Yeah, exactly. Less said about him, the better. But now, of course, we've got the next...
If Klopp didn't trust them, man, they wouldn't put him in. So he must have looked at them.
Agreed. But listen, the injuries obviously, bring everything about, and we can talk about that, another day. But we have to move on. We got the next match coming up: Spurs against Palace, and this is of course interesting. This is of course Oliver Glasner's first official game, I believe, as manager of.
No, he took out
No. It's not his first match. He played against Burnley.
Second
Burnley.
Yeah.
Second
Okay,
game.
cool.
Burnley's a free
Well,
hit, though. Don't worry about
He,
that.
he didn't actually have anything to do with that, though, was he? He was just up in the stands, wasn't he?
No,
Yeah,
I
I
think
Yeah.
No, he managed them.
the thing that Mr. B is he picked the team, but he weren't on the pitch. He picked the team.
no, he was on the touchline. He was. No,
But he weren't in full
Okay.
control. He weren't in full control because they said on the radio that he was on the bench. He picked the team, but he didn't have full control because he was seeing what they could do with the assistant manager in charge just to tinker it, and then he come in officially this week, done his training all this week, and this is his first official game in charge. He was on touchline last week, but he was just watching the.
Who's in charge before Lewington? Was he in charge?
No, it was Paddy McCarthy, of course, and of course
Oh,
McCarthy
yeah,
will also,
Paddy McCarthy, yeah.
of course, he will also be assisting John O'Shea as he has an interim period of managing the Irish team for
Probably
two
will.
friendlies
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
a proper manager hopefully will be picked. I'm thinking Lee Carsley with a Merseyside connection. His son is a Liverpool fan and an England fan, but Carsley has played for the Republic of Ireland and Everton. Go figure. But coming up against Ange Postecoglou's Spurs, this is going to be obviously a game where Spurs will look to try to bounce back with a win against a Palace team. People are going to talk about a possible new manager bounce, but I'm not too convinced. I think Spurs are going to want to try to get back into the groove, obviously with Heung-min Son and Richarlison, firing and doing well. I'm looking at a Spurs win. It could be tight because Palace are going to want to impress their new manager, but a 2-1 win at the Tottenham Stadium, and that should, calm all fears for me. And it's not going to be happy news as an Arsenal fan, and Ollie will feel the same way, but I just don't think Palace will be strengthened enough in time for this. And I think Orest has some issues, which is why, he's not here. But we're going to go around and Orest.
He's one.
Orest, now we'll start with you, and then we'll go around the panel. What's your prediction for this one?
My prediction is, I think Tottenham will win this. I'm going to go 3-1 win for Tottenham.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. So I win. Yeah, let's this way. So, Mr. B, your thoughts?
Oh no, say Palace would win. I'd love to say that, but I don't think they will. I think it's going to be 3-1 Spurs.
Fair enough. 3-1 Spurs. Mr. Stepsy?
Yeah, like I said, he was on the bench for Burnley. He didn't have much to do. He was assessing the squad more than anything to get his feel being on the touchline. Burnley's a free hit. I mean, Burnley is playing Championship football still, so and they'll be playing that next season. For me, I don't think there's much of a manager bounce. I think even though he's had a week's training, he's got the team. He knows what he wants, what he don't want, and there'll be a few moves and shakes in the summer. I still think Tottenham want to get back to winning ways, like people have said, and I've gone for a 2-0 Tottenham win. I think Maddison will score, and I think Son will score as well because I think he's fully fit now. So I think he'll be back. So I think that'll be it 2-0.
2-0 win. Fair enough. Douglas?
Yeah, I think this is probably a Spurs win. I think a lot of people will probably look to the fact that Palace is still missing Olise. I think he's been very, very big miss for them as well. Richarlison is a big miss for Spurs. I never thought I'd be saying those words, but he actually is. He actually is because he's actually been playing really, really well. Been scoring recently as well. So maybe Timo Werner steps into that forward line this weekend. But yeah, I think Spurs should have way too much for them. I don't even think Palace get a goal. I think Mark Guehi is suspended as well. So it's more problems for Palace.
I think the only close at the moment is AU. I think that's the one they've got, like you said. The other ones missing. Eze might be missing as well.
Yeah. So I think Spurs comfortable win 3-0 Spurs.
Nice.
3-0 comfortable clean sheet. Ollie?
As Mr. B said, I'd love a Palace win here, but but this isn't no Burnley. This is Tottenham away. This is a tough game. Obviously, as Douglas said, Richarlison's out, and he has been scoring goals against Brentford. Sorry to say this.
It's strange that Pogba's got the piss out of him.
Dejects him, Boris.
Everyone
No,
did rate
no,
him.
no, 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 no. I'm joking.
Everyone did rate him, Molly. Everyone did rate Richarlison. Everyone did rate him, but
Yeah.
Andrew's come in and he's transformed him.
Yeah, no, and they've got
Weird.
Son up front, so Son will bag a few goals. They got Kulusevski, Maddison, Brendan, so they got an amazing team. And I think Palace have got injuries. They've got Decore out holding Elise, Gahi, Anderson, Eze, Hughes. And then Tottenham, on the other hand, haven't got so many injuries. Fraser Foster, Pedro Solomon, Russell,
Few have come back for
Young,
some as well.
Dougie, and Richarlison. So they haven't got as many injuries as Palace. But I think Tottenham will win as much as I want Crystal Palace to win. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be 2-1. Son will get 2 goals. And maybe Edouard, if he's fit, will get the goal for Palace. So I think Palace will score, but they won't win the game. It'll be 2-1 to Tottenham, sadly.
Fair enough. I mean, look, Tottenham winning this game, then there'll be more there'll be way more it'll be less difficult for us. I mean, sorry, more difficult for us for the top 4, but I will talk about you now very soon because we're only a couple of games away, but yeah, it should be interesting. Next one. Listen, talking about interesting. Luton versus Aston Villa, obviously. Stepsy versus Manny.
Fly away, bro.
Stepsy versus Manny. Crazy, but Stepsy.
Stepsy.
Obviously, we know that Manny's second team is Aston Villa. So, Stepsy, you go first. You're the host team.
Yeah. We went into the Man City game with a few injuries. And it was a shower of shite. The best goal was Clark's goal. I don't care what anyone says. The best goal of that was Clark's first goal for Luton. But De Bruyne and Haaland, can anyone stop them really? I mean, our defense was a shaky start anyway. So, but Haaland scoring 5. When I was there, when I was here going, Haaland's the only team he hasn't scored against his arse.
You made up for that.
Yeah, so for Luton at the moment, the players out, and this is a big list. This Adebayo's out, Lokonga's out, Osho's out, Johnson's ill, Madison's out, Nakamba's out, Locky's out, Potts is out, and Bell was touch and go, so he could be out.
Yeah,
so
is Bell all right? Will Bell be fit?
Well, he's 50-50 because he's got a ligament issue and an ankle injury. So Adebayo's out because he pulled up in the Man United game with a pull, so he's still out. Sambi got injured and limped off against Liverpool, so he's out. Osho has picked up a knock to his left calf injury, I believe. Johnson's ill. He was ill. He was out from last night because he's got a virus. Maddison's been out for a few months now. He came back in the reserves, broke down again, so he's got to go and see a specialist again. Nakamba was due to come back. He's had another fallback. Edwards has now come out and said that it'll be touch and go if he even features again the rest of this season. Lockyer, we all know the issues. Get well soon. And Potts hasn't featured all this season and keeps breaking down. So I don't know why we offer him a new contract, to be fair. Bell, like I said, 50-50 with ligament and ankle injuries. So it's going to be really tough against Villa. The team I've gone for, the best I can hope for is obviously Kaminsky and goal. Abenge will, who I rate as more of a forward, will have to play right wing back, which he's done okay. We'll play left, right midfield, right wing back because there's no one else there. Kabore could come in there, but he hasn't. He keeps going forward, and against Villa there were too many holes. So I think he'll play there. I think
bring some kids in.
Yeah, he could do. Left wing back will be Doherty. I mean, he's played every game. I mean, he's very tired, but we've got no one else there. I mean, the injuries are taken up. Obviously, we've got no centre backs, so it's another makeshift. We've got 2 centre backs in Menji and Burke, which we'll have to play there. Hashi, the new Japanese player, can play anywhere across the line. and he'll have to play right centre back because we've got no one else. So he'll have to play there. The midfield is looking weak. The Congo's a big miss. So I think Townsend will come in for him. So it'll be Barkley, Clark, and Townsend. And up front, we've got no one up front. I don't rate Woodrow. Woodrow looked awful on Tuesday night. I don't want him playing. So I've gone for Morrison and Chong up front. On the bench, pick who you want because I ain't got no one apart from Pelly Ruddock, and that's it.
We're great. We can come on, mate, if you want.
I'll tell you what, I'll take all of you to come and just play a part.
Yeah.
I'll take Ollie. Ollie can play where he wants to play.
I'll play in goal. I'll play in goal.
No, Kaminsky's fine. Kaminsky's fine.
I'll play it centre back. I'll play it centre back.
Centre back is perfect. We'll have you at centre back. We'll have Orris at centre back.
Oh,
Manny can go up front.
If Ollie is playing goalkeeper, let's get ready to go back to the championship, lads.
Yeah.
Ollie's not going to go. Kaminsky's fine. Ollie can play wherever he wants on the pitch. He's ready for goal.
You can have 2 goalkeepers.
And the rest of you pick your positions because there's a hole everywhere. So if you're in a position, pick it, have it, because we've got no one else.
Let's go prediction for this game. What do you think is going to happen?
I've gone for Luton 2, Villa 3.
Oh, okay.
I've got to get Villa look good. They like Manny said last week. Cash is back. Ding is back. Watkins is on fire. Douglas Luiz is there. Costa's there. If we get a win, I'll tell you what. I'll run around my street naked. I will. I'll do it. I'll even do it on stream just to prove, just to prove a point. But no, it's different. I'll tell you what. If you were on the pitch, I think it would win. But no, I think Villa are just a bit too strong with the amount of injuries we've got. It's a poor show at the moment because the injuries we've got will cost us. I'm really, really worried about us. If we don't get a Benge back soon, if we don't get a few centre back soon, it's going to be very, very tough. The games we've got to look forward to, the ones that I think we've got to win are like Everton at home, Forest at home, Bournemouth at home, Fulham on last day of the season at home, Brentford at home. They're the games we've got to win to give us a chance. But Villa, yeah, they're a tough opposition. I mean, I'd love to see it. Chelsea fan, I love you. I love you for that remark. I do love you. With all my heart, I love you. Yeah, I just think Villa a little bit too strong. I don't think it'll be a whitewash because I think Kaminsky is a great goalie. He's saved us many times. I think he's the one that's managed to keep the scores down to a low 1 goal. I think this will be a 1 goal win it. If we get a draw, brilliant. But I think with the firepower and the players Villa have got at their disposal, I just see us not getting anything out of this, which I hate to say. It's on TV again, and yeah.
Fair enough.
I'll go call my corner now.
Manny, your thoughts on Luton versus Villa?
Yeah, just to be clear, Villa are not my second team, but obviously managed by Unai Emery and no clean sheet, but 3-1 because I just know that there will be some defensive issues with Villa. I have, of course, read that Pau Torres and Ezri Konsa could be back in the squad, but I'm not too sure that they will play. And Unai Emery
and that just blows my point.
Yeah, so Unai Emery could possibly, make a late call on that, and it could very well be that neither of them play, which means that Villa will be the ex-Spurs, ex-Arsenal combination of on Longley. Longley is absolutely clumsy. I think they call him long legs, and his legs are too long. He trips over them half the time. And Chambers hasn't exactly set. None of that. But Chambers is no better. And then, of course, it will be important that Digne comes back into the team because although Moreno has improved his form, I don't see, he's still far too inconsistent. And Matty Cash is also quite inconsistent. There has been talk of Villa possibly going for Denzel Dumfries from Inter Milan, and that would be a quality signing. If they qualify for the Champions League, Dumfries would be literally, a great signing. A lovely Scottish name, something which might appeal to you, Dougie. Dumfries and Galloway. And like obviously Boubacar Kamara is a huge miss for Aston Villa. I think he's out for the rest of the season. But Villa are just so frustratingly a first 11 team, just like Arsenal. But they're lucky now that they've got a very good run of games before they face Manchester City and us and a few others. I believe they've also got to play Liverpool at Villa Park. And they should be able to get Champions League football because of the brilliant start they had in the first half of the season. But they've got to strengthen their squad. However, this Luton game really should be a straightforward win. I'm sorry to say that. And Emery has got to tell his players to be patient because with Barkley and Townsend in that Luton midfield, they will obviously look to try to frustrate Villa a great deal, especially without Camara. Then Luiz will have to be really sensible in the midfield. But, Watkins is bagging the goals. And, there will be some others who are going to want to stand up and make themselves counted. So 3-1 to Villa. And I think Luton will play well, but I think as Stepsy said, Villa might just have a bit too much for them.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, our team is so depleted at the moment. I mean, I was talking to Tyler earlier, and we were talking about how the January window was a shamble for us. I honestly thought he would bring another centre back. I thought he'd bring in a striker as well, just to give us a bit more up front. But he didn't bring nothing in. There's money available, but obviously there weren't nothing that was available to him. But I thought there would have been one or two fringe players from the Premiership that were floating about that he could have got. But it's bare bones now, and yeah, like you said, Villa will be too much. It's just bare bones now.
I would like to see 11. Sorry,
I think the 11 picks itself. I think the 11 actually does pick itself now. The players that are fit will play. That's it. That's basically what it is. It picks itself.
Same thing with Villa. I mean, obviously, like whoever is fit enough will play. It will be Cash and hopefully Digne at left back. Unless Torres and Konsa are fit, it will be Longley and Chambers in the centre of the defence, which will fill Aston Villa fans with some worry. McGinn, maybe Tillemans, Watkins, and possibly Bailey or Diaby up front. I mean, I couldn't pick an 11 for you, but they're just so much of a first 11 team that's the way it is. So I'm glad we're on the same page here.
I think also with you. I think a lot of play goes through John McGinn. I think we have to keep him quiet as well. So I think that'll be a job for Townsend or someone that we'll have to keep him quiet because a lot of play goes through him.
And all that as well.
And I was just saying, Stepsy, I was really surprised that you didn't try and tempt Theo Walcott out of retirement. He would have done a job for you.
Yeah. I think, he probably would have done a job. There are people saying, "Oh, Stepsy, why didn't you go for I think the one that's gone to China? Who's that?
Lingard.
Yeah, there's no chance. People say, "I wouldn't go for him. He's a poison. He's poison. He'd upset our dressing room. No one does." So I'm glad we didn't even think about signing him or tending. He wanted too much wages. I said anyway. I think he wanted too much, and China got all the money. So like Saudi Arabia have. So yeah. If we could get, I mean, I've gone for a 3-2 because the simple reason is bare bones. Manny said the Villa pick itself, but Liverpool got better players on it, and I just think if we could keep one or two players quiet, it'll be a good day, but not a win day.
Fair enough. Ollie, your score prediction for Luton versus Villa?
I'm going to make Stepsy happy and go with a 2-0 Luton. No, I'm joking. I'm going to agree with Manny and go 3-1 Aston Villa. I know, Luton are quite, they're known for losing by one goal, but I feel like Aston Villa with Watkins, with Louise, players like that, I think they'll get a few goals and they'll nick it by a few more. With Marcez in goal, he'll, save a few goals. I think Luton
for us. We got World Cup winner. We got World Cup winning goal against Villa.
Yeah.
World Cup winner scored a goal for us at Villa Park.
Wait.
But yeah, I think Luton will score maybe Morris or Barkley for my fantasy team.
Mention Louise again. Oh, right, Louise. Continue.
Yeah, I would love to Luton win in this one. It would be nice, but Villa are just too good for Luton, I think, and I'm going to go with a 3-1. And I was going to go 3-2. I was going to almost say Stepsy's prediction because they usually like winning by one goal. That you usually like losing by 1 goal. Obviously, they lost to Arsenal by 1 goal, lost to Man City by 1 goal. But I think it'll be Luton 1, Aston Villa 3. But I would be happy if Luton were to win. And I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, go 3-1.
For me,
Yeah,
I need
I have to agree. I have to agree with you two because the injuries are depleting. So I'm not upset at all.
Yeah.
So if you can do a job for us, that'll be delightful. But I don't know.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'll not do the job for anyone. I just want 3 points. I'll tell you what. I'll get Morris or Chong just to drive their car past the police station. Hopefully they'll get 3 points. Yeah.
Douglas, over to you, Luton versus Villa. How do you see it?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, pardon the pun, but you've got to take your hat off to Villa. Sorry. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Aston Villa can have a bit of a. They can be very good at home, but they can also have a weird result away. Like, I think they lost at Forest, I think, quite recently, as well. So, Luton are a very, very good side at home. They always give you a game at Kenilworth Road. I think the 6-2 against City. I think I think that's a fake result. I can't see anyone going to Kenilworth Road and beating Luton by more than a goal as well. So, but I do think with the firepower of Ollie Watkins, I think obviously Leon Bailey, Diaby, McGinn. I just think Villa have got such a good spine to their team. I've been very, very impressed with them as well. I'm going to go for a Villa win, but I'm not going to go for as comfortable as the other guys have said. I'm going to go 2-1 Villa.
See what he said? Spine. I don't think we've got a fucking spine at the moment. Got to see where it is. Sorry for my swearing. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think we've got a spot on.
I think you mentioned Villa's spine, but
yeah, that's what I mean. I said they've got a spine. I don't know where the is.
Yeah, I mean, look, Mr. B, your prediction for this game?
No, just first, Dougie. When we went 1-0 up, were you worried?
Against us?
Yeah, against you. When we went 1-0 up, were you worried?
No, I always had a feeling. I always had a feeling we would obviously come back and get an equaliser.
But what was your prediction for Luton? I think the first half was very good for us, though.
Oh,
obviously, the first half we played really well. Second half we just fell apart.
I think second half they had the speakers working. So second half, obviously, Liverpool atmosphere.
Douglas, what was your prediction for Luton Villa?
2-1 Villa.
Oh, 2-1 Villa. Okay.
2-1 Villa. But like you said, Stepsy, the only reason why Liverpool were good second half, the speakers, they have. So yeah.
By the way,
thanks,
we took the lead against them as well.
I think the fangirls went home. I think that to go home.
Well,
yeah, we took the lead against them lot as well. By the way,
Mr. B, your score prediction for?
I don't care about you,
Villa, Mr. B.
Yeah, cheers. All right, Stephen. That's why I'm going to say this now. Right,
okay, everyone's better to lose. I'm well up for it.
All right, guys, come on, enough. We can do this another day.
You lot a chance, but you got so many out. You got so.
Yeah, I mean,
so
many.
You'd lose to us with all them lot out, mate. I'll tell you.
No. That's just too far.
Come on, score prediction.
So I'm going 2-0 Villa.
Ooh, clean sheet for Martinez,
I wouldn't be. I think it was 4.
I'm going to go 4-0 Villa. For me.
Oh, fuck
Stepsy.
You know what to predict for the United game now, Stepsy.
Don't worry.
He knows because I'm going to get my realistic. Even though United game's not next, but let's quickly give our score predictions for this one.
Are you seriously 4-0? Are you seriously saying that?
I'll change to 3-2 Villa. 3-2 Villa.
3-2 Villa.
Burnley versus Bournemouth. I'm just going to quickly say 3-1 Bournemouth. Manny?
Yeah, 2-0 Bournemouth.
2-0 Bournemouth. Ollie?
Oh God, I'm gonna go with 2-0 Bournemouth.
You put there.
Bournemouth. Douglas.
I can't believe this is a Super Sunday game. I really can't believe this is on
Yeah, it's a
Super
lunchtime
Sunday.
one, isn't it?
I can believe it. I can believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was
Um,
United for Monday.
Oh, some paint to
No,
watch,
the Man
you know.
United game's a Super Sunday game.
Yeah, but
Aye.
hold on, no, Ollie, it is.
Yeah,
It's that
I think it's a case. I think it's a case of Bournemouth going to Burnley, playing their stuff, and I think they'll be way too comfortable for them. I'm going to go 2-0 Bournemouth.
2-0 Bournemouth. I think,
Yeah,
Chelsea
Chelsea
fans said that as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Big up to AFC always.
Amrabat sounds like an Audi 50 pence tuning.
Please remember, you still got Mohamed El Neni at your please. Just remember that. Your thoughts?
Yeah,
Outside,
I think Burnley will try and play their stuff. Bournemouth will just let them play their stuff around the back. There'll be a few chances for Bournemouth, Burnley give Bournemouth a scare, but they won't score. Burnley 0, Bournemouth 1.
Burnley 0, Bournemouth 1. Mr. B.
Well, actually, I think Burnley will score. Well, I'm going to go 3-1 Bournemouth though.
3-1 Bournemouth. Before I move on, regarding to Vincent Kompany, does anyone here see him getting sacked?
It's Ford, yeah, totally. I think he should go. The only reason he won't is because, right, and a lot of people said this, and I concur with this, right? With his company, he obliterated the championship. He tore it apart. It's brilliant football for Burnley. They got some scrappy results, but some of the football they played in the championship was brilliant. He's gone into the Premiership thinking, okay, I'll bring a few players here and there. I've got my connections in Belgium. I'll bring a few players from there. He brought Sander Berg from Sheffield United, thinking that was a great buy. I don't understand why, because he was shit against us and a few others. And he's gone, I think with the style we play, I think I'll be okay. No, Championship football is totally different to Premiership. Absolutely different. People think it's not a big jump. It's a huge jump. When you play the Championship, you've got to learn to adapt to the Premiership. Luton found that out, and we looked at ourselves and go, right, okay, we've lost to Bournemouth, we've lost to West Ham, we're losing to Chelsea. What we got to do to try and close the gap? And we've had to adapt, and we're learning as we go along. And Burnley haven't done that. They're still playing the same Championship that won the Championship last season, and it's not working. So Vince Company has to think to himself, is this a bit too far? Do I go back to the Championship with them? Or do I give Burnley a chance and leave?
Yeah, I think some of the Burnley fans are giving him time, which is understandable. But for me, look, it's the style of football that he's implementing, man. I do think he needs to change it up. But I said that so many times and he hasn't. So, yeah. But yeah, that's our thoughts.
Yes. There's a lot of talk in a Premiership prediction chat that I was looking at. And Burnley fans and Sheffield United fans are fighting each other because they're deciding which one's worse, them or them.
Well,
they're fighting over it. No, we're worse than you. No, we're worse than you.
Next game, yeah.
Hey,
come on, United!
Come on, there, Chad.
Come
on, let's back your team. United.
This is the only Manchester Derby game that I'm not confident because when we
you're not confident in any game.
Oh my god!
Huh?
You're not confident in any game. The only game we confident was Newport.
Yeah, look, the first time we played the Man City out of the season, I was a bit confident. I was like, oh yeah, maybe Højlund. But no Højlund. Obviously, Rashford did his little PR documentary yesterday, which I'm not believing any of that nonsense for me. Look, talking about commitment. By the way, he's talking about commitment he's got from Man United, but mate, went clubbing and then you report ill for training the next day. Like,
guys, enough of the laughing. Let Oris speak. All right, this is not fair. This is very disrespectful.
You don't agree this,
he has a right. Yeah, no. He's trying to speak, and people are laughing while he's speaking.
Oh man, give it, Charles. Come on.
Customer to send us through the match Chelsea game for. Listen, I'll get to score prediction very soon. Customer obviously seals us in quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and we do have Liverpool. Should be a good. Listen, I see United fans saying, "Oh yeah, we'll scrape Liverpool." Blah blah blah. But look, it can be anything because they could have, they can already have their players back from injuries. But City this Sunday, I mean, look, it's fantastic that Haaland has to get 5 goals, De Bruyne has to get 4,
Only get 6 against Man United.
but no Hoyland, no Martinez, no Shaw. Well, no Shaw is not really a miss to be fair, but
You got
for
Evans and all
predictions,
that.
listen, I'm
Good
gonna
luck for the rest of the
be
season,
very
really.
honest, guys. Listen, I'm very honest with my team. Manchester City 5, Man United.
Oh my
0.
god. Oh my god. Oh my
Go
god.
back in,
Five,
mate.
5-0 to Man
He
City. I
gets
think.
it right though, Maurice. You got to give it to him.
Why Ollie's
Gets
saying,
it
"Oh my
right.
god," because listen, it's realistic for me.
Why nil?
Foden to get 2 goals. I
It
think
won't be 5. Surely.
Haaland hat trick.
I think Haaland will get 2 goals, and I think Bernardo Silva will get a goal. So
Oh
5-0.
my.
I think there's a lot of people asking me what's my thoughts on Ten Hag. I would still like to see him another season with the structure, but look, if we keep getting embarrassing results like this and get out of the
Ten
FA
Hag.
Cup, I could see him getting sacked. And obviously the preferred candidate that I've been seeing is Julian Nagelsmann. So look,
You can go Thomas Frank if you want.
Yeah.
Thomas
I
Frank.
don't. Not this Thomas
you-
Frank.
Do you still think, Horace, that realistically, Man United is still looking for top 4? Do you still think they're still looking for that? Realistically,
I think we're out. I think we're out.
Oh my god. Yeah, you are.
no. I was also of the opinion
Yeah,
if
you are.
Man United was still hoping for top 4, but if I
For
was,
me, if we somehow get a result, get a draw, I don't know, against City, then maybe. But look, obviously Villa's got Luton. Villa win, they go what, like 50? I think it's like 50, something crazy points ahead of us. So look, Man United, I know people are saying, "Oh, we've only got 1 loss in the new year," but if people actually watch us, there's no pattern of play. We're struggling to do two or 3 passes. We're struggling to string passes, man. So
Against Fulham, that was a joke, wasn't it?
look,
Fulham.
oh yeah, maybe Carrick could do an analyst against United against Fulham. It just shows you, man. For me, I expect more from Ten Hag, really. I know he got a bit rattled once an interviewer asked him about, "Oh, what's your thoughts on Carragher?" And he was like, "Oh, maybe he's." He responded in a weird way. Like it sounded like he got rattled. But look, guys, I'm not confident. It's just simple as that. Like maybe someone here will somehow back United, but I generally don't see nothing with
do
the
you see
team.
this as a structural season to rebuild for next season? Then Ten Hag had money be available for him to get rid of what he don't want and what he wants to make him his team, because I don't think this is fully his team yet.
For me, look, I'm still seeing players that have been here way before even Ten Hag was here, like Mourinho days. Like for me, I've always said we need to get rid of the players that we've had since Fergie days. Like Rashford, I want him gone. Luke Shaw, I want him. For me, it's those players that are still getting hyped up in this fan base, like over hyped up, over rated by these fan bases. So look,
Would you cut your losses against Ante as well and get rid of him and try and cash in on what you can?
I think Anthony does need to go. Not.
You won't get the money that you pay for him, but you want to try and recoup some of the money.
I'll definitely put him on loan for me, but yeah, I see us getting battered by City this Sunday. Let me go to Manny. Manny, or
Yeah, thank goodness. Well, listen, I'm not going to be as
Brutal.
negative as you, but I think at the type of form that City are in, they really are unstoppable, and I don't even see United getting there. And I know that you might not rate Ole Solskjaer as a manager, but at least when he was in charge, you had City's number more often than not.
Oh, he's at the wheel.
So
no, none of that.
yeah,
For Douglas and his fan base will start singing that at Old Trafford.
yeah, but like obviously, I'm tempted to just mainly say the result, but as well as they did against Forest, City are just a level above. They're determined to do well. I'd love to see you lot get a result, maybe a draw, or even maybe nick a win in stoppage time. You never know, but I really can't see that happening. And but I will say that you are going to try to give it your best, because this is a Manchester derby, and some of your players are playing for their futures, so they will want to impress the fans. Having said that, City is going to be too strong, but I will go easy on you. I'm going to go for a 3-goal deficit as opposed to your 5-goal. 4-1 to City.
Fair enough. No, that is fair. Ollie?
All right, here we go. So you're really gonna like this, because I need City to lose this game so we can overtake them if we beat Sheffield United, which we will be talking about. So Man City will get it'll be a high scoring game. Man City will get a lot of goals. But here's my score predictions. This is my honest score prediction. Right, ready? You ready? Man City 3, Man United 4. That's my score prediction. I think.
Are you taking the mickey, son?
Wait, where's your stash? Because that is wild.
He's in the premium gear on.
What are they smoking over at the Emirates?
Yeah, innit? I want some.
Paul Pop will go banned for 4 years. Why is Ollie not getting banned? Like, what the hell, man?
What? I'm back in United. I want you to win. We need to overtake City.
What's he smoking?
We need.
Look,
hold on. Ollie, is that your prediction because you want to win, or is that actually your prediction because is your heart in your head?
It's my heart, probably.
So, what's your real prediction, Ollie?
All right, my real prediction, all jokes aside, is probably Man City 3, Man United 1. That's my real prediction, probably. But that 4-3 is what I'd like to happen. 4-3 is what
I think a lot of people would.
No. Going back to Manny, I think Manny is spot on with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like, I think he was the only man. Well, not only. I think there's only managed to get more wins against Pep than losses. I think. I think we had Ollie had 3 wins against. I think he's the first manager to have back-to-back wins against Pep actually in the season.
Yeah, Man City's number. Put it that way.
But look, for me, Ollie was good at sitting back and counter-attack. Tanog, I don't know, mate. I don't know what the Dutch people do, but listen, for me, there's no style. There really isn't.
Yeah.
Don't worry, his windmill is working well.
Douglas, Liverpool fan, what's going to happen this Manchester derby?
I mean, I would really, really like to say that United can go into there to head and win.
You'd like to, yeah.
Yeah, obviously for the title race, it would make it very, very interesting indeed. But I've got to say, De Bruyne, Holland, Alvarez, Doku. I mean, Doku against Dalot is going to be very, very interesting, to say the very, very least. Bernardo Silva. I mean,
Bob.
I think this could be a bloodbath. Honest, I'm really, really sorry to say this, but I think you're going to get a doing here. What was the last season? 6-3. Was it 6-3?
Yeah.
6-3.
Please, Douglas, please no.
I think you'll score. Score.
Yeah.
But I think it's a case of how many City want to score. 6-2 Man City.
Oh my God, no. Boot him out.
Wow.
No, he's welcome to stay.
It's actually realistic, man. I'm not booting no one out because, listen, if I see any United fans in the chat in general seeing that United can win this, I'm just going to ignore that. But look, people will say Manchester Derby obviously form got to the winner, but I'm sorry, no Højlund. Rashford's going to walk around the pitch. Nah, I'm fine, man. I'm fine. But look, City, I mean, there's a lot of United fans saying that will take a 2-1 defeat. I get that, but also it is Manchester Derby. You want United to win, but listen, 2-1 is kind of acceptable. Yeah, no, we just have to accept what our team is. But Stepsy, over to you. How do you see this game?
Yeah, I think the City's going to be a blue one. To be fair, on Sunday, I think De Bruyne, Haaland, Silva, Alvarez, even Diaz. I know Manny don't like Diaz, but I think I still rate him. Stones as well in that defence. I think it looks nailed on. I think there'll be lots of goals. I think there'll be some passage of play that will be wonderful when you watch this on TV. I love to be at a Manchester derby. I had to get to one because my sister lives in Manchester, so hopefully I'll get a ticket one day.
Go to the empty head.
To the end.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, in all fairness, hopefully I've got a ticket to go to Man City Luton. So, yeah. What a great day that'll be for me.
Yeah. There are plenty of
At
seats
least I'll be able to hear myself sing because it's empty. No, in all fairness, there'll be goals. Yeah, the Man City team. I mean, they can play a team pretty much what they played against us. And then if it's not working, they could change the formation completely and bring on another £150 million players. But if it goes away and the way Man City are playing at the moment, I'm going for Man City 4, Man United 2.
The thing is with City, I've been noticing this a lot, is they seem to concede with their first shot on target. Any team that has their first shot on target seems to score against City. So the thing is, City will give you chances. It's whether or not United can, go and finish them. And I just think without Højlund, Rashford is looking like very disinterested. Garnacho's gone off the ball a little bit as well. If you do get chances, you have to take them. You have to take them. You have to punish City. The problem is City are very clinical with obviously Haaland and De Bruyne, but I honestly think that if you get a shot on target, I think you score against City.
To be fair, what I saw at City against Luton is when Luton had the ball and it was sort of near the penalty area, Man City were tending to back off, trying to limit them to long shots. And when they got in the box, there was space, so that's why Clark got his first goal. The ball came in, but obviously the man players sat off. He gave Clark room. By the time they closed in, the shot was away. The thing with Man City and Man United is there'll be space, there'll be pockets everywhere, and it's up to Man City to pick the spots to beat you. And it's up to Man United to eliminate them spots that Man City can produce.
Yeah,
we also Man City play the ball around. They wait for their chances. I mean, it was the same. It was. I mean, I see them a lot of times. They pass about 20 passes, and then the pocket will appear, and they'll create an opportunity for it. But 20 passes shouldn't be happening. You should be closing that down as quick as you can. But the pockets and the way Man City play and the way Man United play, there'll be space, and I just see goals flying.
And look, for me, when I look at Man United's away form against the top 6, we haven't been. It's different compared to last season. Like obviously, Arsenal lost 3-1. I think that was rigged because that was not offside from Garnacho. We lost. I think that's when Mason Mount started. Liverpool away was 0-0.
Is he actually injured?
Who?
Mount, or you just don't play him?
Mount
He's injured, I think.
He
said
he
did an Instagram post saying pending or something. Or no,
he's
yeah.
doing his rehab now. But
Pending what, his transfer?
he's too busy doing TikTok videos and stuff. So.
Yeah, no, he's pending transfer.
Okay, guys, one at a time. Come on.
Yeah. Look, but for me, I think before I get to Mr. B, does anyone think Ten Hag will still be here next season?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think he'll be there one more season. I think he'll be there for one more season because I think with Radcliffe and all that there, I think they want a stabilised manager for the time being, produce some money to see what Ten Hag can bring in, and if it don't work the first half of the season, then he'll be gone. they'll change halfway through next season if it don't work. But I think they'll give them the summer to get rid of Deadwood, bring in what the players that are available for at his disposal. Barkley not being one of them. No, I think they'll give them half. I think they'll give them the rest of the season to try and mount something. Obviously, if you don't make Champions League, you'll get Europa League. I think they'll give him the benefit of the doubt this season. He'll get rid of the Wood he don't want. He'll bring in the players he wants. If it don't work for half the season, by say November, December time, if it don't work then they'll think, well, we've given the time. He hasn't done what he should have done with the project. The project that Man United want, the project they're trying to do, it will be gone. So I think they'll give him the benefit of the doubt this season, bring in the players he wants. If it don't work, he'll be gone.
Yeah, I think the writing's on the wall.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I think it's too many defeats this season. I think it's way too many defeats. Is there something? Is it 10 defeats this season?
Yeah, 10. Yeah.
Manchester United sides in the past would have lost 3, 4, maybe 5 games. The past. This is now Man United losing 10 games is just unacceptable. And I think as well, Old Trafford is definitely not a fortress anymore.
Saying that though, Fergie was one result away from losing his job. I think it was the FA Cup game. When we said right, I think it's against Charlton, and I think the right was on the right was on the full Fergie, but they were ready to sign his P45 that day. He was gone. He went into the game. He went into the game.
That was it. Go ahead, Slippy.
But yeah, he went into the game, and the check was signed. He won. Rest is history.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it was actually against Nottingham Forest, and a lot of people were saying. A lot of people were saying that that was just a misconception. He was never going to be sacked after that game, and I just think Douglas has nailed it. There are too many defeats, and if United were going to be ruthless with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, then there's no reason why they shouldn't be ruthless with Erik ten Hag. At least they're offering him the courtesy of being able to see out this season. And even if you were to consider some of the factors, I think there are some things which ten Hag could have controlled. He has brought in his share of players, and they just haven't been able to do the job for him. And I think the idea to get in the Real Madrid duo of Varane and Casemiro has not really helped. And I think, he has to carry the can for 2 successive seasons. I think a little bit of ruthlessness is required. And if they are able to get Nagelsmann after the Euros, depending on how Germany do, then, good luck. I think maybe Nagelsmann might like another crack at it if Germany especially fail, because Germany are no longer the feared team of old when it comes to international tournaments. But look, we can talk about this for a long period of time. We've got to finish the stream. We've got 1 match left. We've gone for nearly 2 hours. What's the next game?
One more thing. With Ten Hag, would you say his mind here? Would you say he's a defensive manager or an attacking manager?
He's a counter-attacking manager. He specializes a bit more on the defense. He hasn't been able to, really be that attacking. Mr. B, you've got one more question.
I've got my position, mate. So we were the team that nearly actually got something against them recently. We nearly had a 0-0 against City. We lost like 1-0. It's lucky. It's like our defender slipped, and then they went over Harden and scored. Yep. So that was pretty lucky. We nearly got something out of that. So I'm not saying Man United would do that sort of tactics we did, because we were sort of like we were like parking the bus.
Me and
go all the way back, but you've got to somehow stop City. You've got to nullify City from playing, and United have got to find a way of doing that. And if you can, I think you could. But the thing is, I still don't think you will, and I think City will win it. So I'm going to say 3-0 City.
That's then what's in this to be. The pockets and the space will just be there. And like you said, they won't nullify it because there'll be so many pockets. The space will be there.
Yes, and of course it's a Manchester derby. City always turn up, and I think we'll end it on that. So last game.
Yeah,
no.
But Arsenal. Money.
Money. Okay. All right. So I'll be very brief. I'm going to give my score prediction. It will be 4-1 to the Arsenal. I think Sheffield might score, we won't get a clean sheet. And it will be Raya, Ben White at right back, Jakub Kivior at left back, because I don't think Tomiyasu and Timber are ready to come back, neither is Zinchenko. Saliba and Gabriel in the centre of the defence. I would like to see Odegaard, Rice, and Emil Smith-Rowe start. I think Smith-Rowe deserves a chance to show what he can do. When he came up, whenever he's come on as a sub, he certainly showed that he can play. I do not want to see Havertz coming over there and stinking up the place. People say that he facilitates play, but that's another way of saying he just sits there and does nothing. And so that's my defensive midfield. And up front, if Gabriel Jesus is fit, I would like him to start. Else it will be Saka, Trossard, and Martinelli. 4-1 to the Arsenal. Ollie, over to you.
Yeah, so my lineup's going to be David in goal, Ben White right back, Saliba, Gabriel, Kiwior, Odegaard, Rice, and I'd like to see Jorginho instead of Smith-Rowe. Jorginho played well against...
He'll be back.
Yeah, Jorginho played well against Newcastle. Yeah, and I'd like to see Saka, Martinelli, and I'd like to see Nketiah up front because he played well against Sheffield United.
Bloody hell!
Boy, he played well against Sheffield United at home.
It's Sheffield United.
Well,
yeah,
he got a hat trick.
Yeah, he got a hat trick. So I want to see another hat trick from Eddie Nketiah.
Oh, I'm going with lightning strike twice.
I'm going with 4-0, and to the other person who's going to score the other goal is this man here, Martin Odegaard.
Oh yeah, he'll score against the lower teams, but go missing against the bigger teams.
Yeah,
Dougie, over to you, mate.
Yeah, Dougie.
4-0. I mean, is there any need to predict this? I mean, this could be anything. Sheffield United are one of the worst teams I think I've ever seen in the Premier League. I think. Honestly, I think we look back at some of the teams that have been relegated from past years. I think a lot of people look to the Sheffield United side because they just concede goals for fun. So many games at Bramall Lane that they always seem to lose. I'm gonna be honest. I think this is just a case of how many. Newcastle got 8 against them. Brighton got 5. I'm going to say I think Arsenal go goal crazy here, and I'm going to go 7-0.
Oh, wow! I'll take that 7-0. Wow, that'd be amazing.
I mean, I think money will be Arteta anyway.
1 minute.
Honestly, this Sheffield United side is one of the worst I've seen in the Premier League.
And also, Sheffield United have changed their goalkeeper, so you never know. They've West Fodringham. They've got a new one called Ivo Grabic or something.
It's Gerbic. It's Gerbic. He's a former.
Manny, why is he? Why is Wes Fodringham being dropped from Sheffield United?
No, I'll tell you why. Because as people have said, the Blades have conceded too many goals, and I think the other goalkeeper, Adam Davies, the Welshman, the other goalkeeper's injured. That's why they had to bring Gerbic in. And Gerbic is actually a decent keeper. I believe he was a backup to Oblak at Atletico Madrid. And I think Gerbic wants to get some games to try to qualify for his country's squad for the Euros. So a decent move for both parties concerned. We'll see how Gerbic does.
Sheffield United have conceded 65 goals this season.
Amazing, isn't it?
That just tells
you. Got to look.
No, they've conceded 66. 66.
You have to look at that.
66.
Right?
Yeah,
you have to look at that. And if someone wants to do a bit of homework, right, you look at what Sheffield United got, 65 goals. Let's see how many Derby conceded when they got 11 points and went down, and see how many Swindon conceded when they went down. I think you'd be interested in how many they conceded.
Yeah.
Swindon conceded 100 exactly.
Oh, there you go. So that's the benchmark.
Yeah. Honestly, this Sheffield United side, I think will get very, very close to that. They just concede goals for fun.
Their goal difference is minus 100, minus 44.
They do, but they've
scored 22
also have
goals.
to come to Old Trafford, which, listen, Sheffield can get definitely something at Old Trafford.
Yeah, they've got to play Tottenham, Newcastle, Chelsea, Liverpool.
They're gone.
Man United.
They're gone.
Their game against Man United got postponed.
Sheffield will get a result at Old Trafford, guys.
If they're gone.
Their game got postponed at Man United because of the cup.
They're gone.
But Stepsy, score prediction for Sheffield United versus Arsenal?
Yeah, I've gone. They'll. I think Arsenal will see an early goal. They'll shake them up, and then they'll just go on a rampage and win 3-1.
3-1 Arsenal must be.
Be an early goal, and they'll kick them out into gear, and they'll just go and bombard the goal. They'll probably miss a few chances, but they'll get 3.
Mr. B.
Well, it'll be another team that won't turn up against Arsenal. Let's put it that way. They never do they? So it might be up to us next Saturday to do that and turn up and.
No.
Well,
you never know. I mean,
No, it's at the Emirates, mate. We beat you at the community.
I do know.
Well, the same Emirates they lost 14.
Okay, one at a time. One at a time. Mr. B, go ahead, please.
I'm going 4-1 Arsenal.
Yes, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Ollie, it is Sheffield United, mate.
Well, it's obvious.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But they probably have a better style of play than Man United, so
All right. Orest.
Or you can sit there
But-
Sunday night and just eat your tea and watch Arsenal go crazy.
Someone needs to put a camera in Man United's dressing room because I didn't see what the hell is going on in that dressing room. With United, we play hoof. If you watch United, we play hoofball. Like we hoofball the football to Hoyland and we just rely on them. But anyways, we'll wrap up there. We're going to get people to shout out their socials. I know it's been a long stream, so make sure you guys
2 hours. Gosh, 2 hours.
Let's start off with Manny. Manny, big up to you. Where can people find you?
Yeah, people can find me here on Orest Talks Football. They can also find me on Coach's Corner, where I had a stream with Hanno earlier on. Also, catch me on Del Boy Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, Up the Cherries in all departments, Spurs Eurasia TV, Football United, Rich Sports, and quite a few other streams where I have made appearances. Oh, yeah, Old School Gunner, Northside LDN, and 1 or 2 others, which I can't really name at the moment. And big up as well to Mr. B. I've been on his cricket streams recently where we've been discussing the travails of the England cricket team. We play India on the 7th of March. Not looking forward to that, but we have to. We have to believe. And also I'm off social media for Sunday, but just type my name in and you'll find me there. I'll be it'll be Manny Thungatherai 1981 on Instagram and Threads, and on Twitter it's Thungatherai 1981 because there was no space to add more than 15 characters, but it is what it is. Nothing much else to say. Let's always make sure that we are respectful and try and make sure that we allow people to say what they want to say and not make any rude statements or remarks. Everyone's opinions are valid. I know I might have criticized Ollie for taking the Mickey for one thing, but he is entitled to his opinion, and I do apologize for that. I also want to apologize to Mr. B for forgetting to allow him to do his scores. I'm glad all's well it ended well. Cool. And let's be respectful of one another. Let's make sure that we treat each other the way that we'd like to be treated, because if we cannot agree to disagree without being disagreeable, there's no point in having a discussion. So nothing much else to say. Enjoy the football over this weekend. If cricket's your thing, there's some good cricket action going on. And whatever you do this weekend, be safe and be happy, and don't do anything that the panelists and I wouldn't do. But as always, farewell to thee and goodbye, and God bless to all of you. Cheers, everyone.
Big up to you, Manny. Ollie, where can people find you?
Yeah, I won't shout out channels. You can catch me on a few other channels here on Wrestlers Football. Love coming on here. Been there since it was called Football Fan Show, and I've been there for a while. I've been on obviously Coach's Corner. Big up Hannah there. I've been on a few other channels I can't really name, and I'd love to go on other channels. If you want to catch me on my channel, down there as it says the Interesting Claro. I haven't done a stream in a few weeks. Reason being, I think I've just been busy. I've been going to the cinema or doing some things, so I've been doing other stuff. But there will be, if Arsenal, well, they probably will be Sheffield United. If Arsenal beat Sheffield United, there will be a stream. Hopefully next week, probably Wednesday or Thursday. Wednesday's probably the best day for some people, so I'll probably do it then, and hopefully get a few people on there. Maybe I love to get debuts on there, so hopefully someone could go there for the debut, get a full panel, and get a good stream. If you want to check out some of my videos recently, I've done Example. I saw Example recently in Cardiff. So there's some videos in that. No was supporting him, Plain Old Kev, Local, Beyond Chicago. So yeah, I've got videos out from that. And I recently went to Arsenal women against Man United. They won 3-1. I did a review for that. And if you want to catch me on Instagram, Ollie.Sinclair556, please do go follow me. Make sure you stay followed as well, because I've got a problem where I had quite a lot of followers. I had almost 900, and then it kept going down and down and down. So I'm on 850, and then the big 1K. Done a post today, obviously, fellow Welsh people, happy St David's Day. It's St David's Day. I did a post where I did a few recent picks, and then I did a throwback pick when I went to a Wales game with my gran, and I did a recap of February. In February, I saw an example towards the end of the month, and then towards like the middle of the month, I went to see Arsenal women. So it was quite a good month. February, it went past very quick month. Went fast. In March, it's my sister's 18th birthday, and on the weekend we're going to Exeter. So be sure to check out a post on Sunday where I'll be reviewing my time in Exeter. I was actually born in Exeter, so it's a very special place to me. We stayed in a hotel we're going to in December. We went to see a pantomime and went to this nice hotel that has a swimming pool and stuff, and all the family's going. So yeah, that'll be fun. David Ref fan page 1. There's a matchday post coming out on Monday for the Sheffield United game, so make sure to like that and like on my recent posts on Instagram. Ollie's F556 on TikTok. Usually Sinclair F556 on Mixcloud. Did a mix today, a Friday feeding mix. Mixes out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and sometimes a weekend mix. Apart from that, Snapchat, PlayStation, Xbox, please do personally DM me on Ollie.Sinclair556. As I said, go check out my new videos and stream hopefully next week. But big up the panel, big up Manny, fellow Guna. Hopefully when I do start streams again, he can come back on my channel. Obviously, and then hopefully Douglas can come on for his debut one day. Mr. B's a regular on my channel, and Steps, he's been on my channel before as well, and obviously Arrest's a regular on my channel. So yeah, hopefully get a stream out next week, and in the meantime, check out my videos and get ready for a post on Sunday and Monday for the match day, and then yeah, hopefully a stream next week. So yeah, big up Arrest. Sorry I've talked for long now. I'm gonna let the other panelists speak. It's obviously been a great 2 hours. We've talked about all the games. It's been on for quite a while. We don't really do streams this long, about an hour and a half sometimes. But yeah, big up the panel, and see you.
Big up, buddy. Big up.
Yeah, obviously that'll be my YouTube channel when it gets up and running again. At the moment, you can find me on Stepsy Boy at Instagram, Stepsy Boy 2 on Twitter, or X as Elon Musk wants to call it. You can find me on obviously Ollie's channel. Big up to Ollie. Thanks for getting your socials out. Find me on Ollie's channel, obviously regular now. Find me on Mr. B's regularly. Big up to Mr. B, brilliant streams. You can find me on the Hanno's corner as well with Hanno. Big up to him. And I'll float about on other channels. Hopefully, I want to hopefully get hold of Eagle Eye this week to talk about Luton Palace. So hopefully, I'll be able to get a stream with him. Apart from that, big up. Have a good weekend.
Big up to you, Stepsy. Mr. B, big up to you. Where can we find you?
Mr. B for Life 182, Mr. B Hive of Football Chat, and also I had the preview stream for Bees and Chelsea, that game for tomorrow with Joe. Big up to Joe, he joined me today, brilliant again as usual. Great bloke, Joe. Joe Tier, go and follow him, his content, he's got a lot of stuff coming up on his channel, and obviously I've got loads of stuff coming up, review for that match tomorrow, probably be Sunday or Monday, one of those two. And my debate show I'll be doing probably pretty much on a Tuesday now. And then, of course, the cricket channel when we come back again in England and play that final test. So thanks all the guys here, to Orest and the other lads there, Manny and Doug and Ollie and Stepsy. Cheers, guys.
Big up, Cheers. And the last but not least, Douglas, big up for joining. Where can people find you?
It's been a pleasure, absolute pleasure to join you guys. It's really good to get on. You can find me at the Dugout Football channel on YouTube, Facebook. I am on Facebook at Douglas James Horn. X is Enrod_1992. Instagram is Douglas.Horn. And I'm on TikTok as well at Douglas Horn LFC92. You can find me here, there, and everywhere. But thank you very much for having me, Orest. It is a pleasure. Thank you.
Big up, Doug.
All right, Yeah, big up to Douglas. Obviously made his debut today, so big up to you. And yeah, big up the panel. And I do apologise. It's been a long stream, but obviously we do try. But look, interesting games this weekend. Let's see if I'm going to be right again with the City result. But you never know with Manchester United, do you? So
yeah, come on, United. United.
the next stream we do, you never know. Ten Hag could be sacked. You never know. We could have a new interim. But
Never know.
look, you just never know with these football. But look, next stream I think will be for Friday for the next game week preview. Also, because Arsenal do play on Monday. So yeah, do tune in. I might do a match reaction, much the Derby one. We lose, win or draw, I'll still be there. So I know a lot of our fans will probably they'll probably spam the popcorn emojis in the comments. So it's fine. Let them do it. But look, it's been a good one. Let's hope all our teams will win apart from Arsenal and Liverpool. But I'm joking, but listen, I'm pretty certain maybe all our teams can win it on the panel. Maybe
all our teams. No, not Luton, though. Not
Luton. Maybe. They beat Brighton 4-0, so you never know. But look, we'll wrap up and we'll see you soon. Peace.